Hey, what's happening? Mike here, GM of the Zero Check. First, I'd like to thank everybody for their patience and understanding last week when we missed our regularly scheduled upload. It was just due to some tight scheduling and production turnarounds, and long story short, we simply found ourselves just not prepared to post last week. So now, in order to get in a few recording sessions and to create some wiggle room for holiday travel, the guys and I have decided to take a holiday break following this episode. We will be back with new episodes beginning on Monday, January 15th, 2024. Meanwhile, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, even though Hanukkah's technically already over, a Happy New Year, and of course anything else that you choose to celebrate. So without anything further, please enjoy episode 66 of the Zero Check Podcast. Why are you struggling?
It's not early for me, but it feels early because it's a Saturday morning. This is should be sleeping in.
Yeah, we are. It is 6:17 a.m. Central Standard Time right now. I'm feeling wonderful. Are you guys feeling good?
I feel pretty good. I'm feeling better. The coffee's kicking in.
Yeah, I've had my cup of coffee.
And I'm sure by now, what are we, almost 70 episodes in, the listeners have realized that we're normal people with families. And I left an instruction list before I went to bed last night, or before the kids went to bed. There's kind of a decision chart, what time in the morning are you allowed to come and knock on dad's door? And if you're awake at 6 o'clock, that's fine.
Is it a flow chart with the boxes and the triangle?
Yeah.
Nice.
But trying to one of the three can't read, so that doesn't really help.
You've got one of your children is illiterate.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for putting it that way, Mike.
Wow. That sounds way worse.
It's not just because we live in Minnesota.
I looked at my wife the other day and I said, our son, he's illiterate, right?
He's illiterate.
She was like,
he can't read.
He can't read. Can't write. He can sure crush a fucking bowl of pasta, though. I'll tell you that. I'm sorry, Brad. But
no, that's okay. No, they have. I said, okay, if you're up after 7, wait till 7:30. Then you guys can watch a show. You can watch whatever you want. You know how to use the TV.
Cool. Until then, they gotta spin their Etch-a-Sketch or something,
yes,
right?
Right. Quiet reading time in their room, which they love to read. And they actually can read, so yeah.
That's nice. The two of your children that are literate can read.
No, actually, the 7-year-old is starting to. He flips through the pages. He doesn't know all the words, but
nice.
Those are the stories.
I can't believe your son is 7. That's great.
I keep forgetting.
I remember you before you had a son.
Yeah.
I think did you? You didn't have your daughters.
No, I just had the one. I think when I met you guys. Yep.
That's right. Yeah, we've been hanging out a long time. That's right. I remember. Yeah, you just had your eldest daughter when we met. And when we met, I was a dirtbag.
You were a telemarketer.
Yeah, tech support. I did. Yeah, I was working at a cable company in Kansas doing billing and tech support.
Sorry, tech support. My bad.
I couldn't. They didn't put me in sales. They didn't have me, calling people to try to sell them. I said,
you got to upsell though.
I guess they wanted you to upsell. I had this call one time where this guy, old fella, called in, and his shit was all not working and stuff, and I helped him fix it. And then whenever I was working on the phones, I would always just be like, I'm right now talking on the phone. All I want in the world is for this call to end. Right. So I'd fix the problem as soon as I could. And then, the person would be, I would be like, I was supposed to be like, is there anything else I can help you with today? Would you like to hear about any specials or any things that we're offering? I would never say that at all. I would just be like, okay, well, hey, thanks. I'm glad your stuff's working. I'm going to transfer you to a survey about my customer service today. And otherwise, sir or ma'am, I wish you a nice day. And but off they'd go. But this time in particular, I was thinking in my head, I was like, I should ask this man if he needs anything. So I did. So I helped him fix his stuff. And I go, oh, sir, is there anything else that I can add for you today or anything you'd like to hear about, any specials? And he's like, y'all got the Playboy channel, right? And I was like, damn it. Yeah, we do. He's like, can you add that to my system? I was like, sure.
Good for him.
Yeah, you got it. It's $29 a month in those days. Oh. He was like, well, that's fine. And so I added Playboy onto his the Playboy channel to his suite of channels, and I was like, you have a good night, sir.
He got tired of watching the blurry channel.
Right. Right.
Suck it up.
And then they would listen to our calls randomly, right, to assess how we're doing. And that's the fucking call that my call that got pulled was the Playboy call, because I remember my manager at the time was like, "Good job with the Playboy channel sale." I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm all about that."
Like Michael Fessinger, porn peddler. That's me.
That's right.
All margin.
I was like, I offer Playboy to everybody.
You were a librarian or something when I met you. What were you doing in the library?
Yeah, when I was in music school, I worked at the music library, and I would shelve the books and the musical pieces and stuff, and so I was doing that. And
Can we talk more about that?
About when I was a librarian?
Sounds really interesting.
Well, the big thing about being a librarian in college is that it's a work-study job. The deal is you can work this job, you get like, $7 an hour, you can go buy your groceries, and you can do your reading for your classes while you're sitting behind the library desk. And I did not do my reading for my classes behind the library desk. I discovered this new website called Reddit. And was looking at Reddit, a very early Reddit.
Oh my God.
Before Reddit was horrible, right? That's when I read Reddit. It was like,
Hang on 1 second. Donnie, did you just take a pull out of a Jack Daniels bottle?
I did not.
That's what it looked like.
No, it's
Good
It's a
fucking-
Dr. Pepper and a koozie.
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. I was like, whoa,
No,
whoa.
it's alcohol free so far.
The weekend.
alcohol-free Jack Daniels?
No, it's not Jack Daniels at all.
Oh,
It's Diet Dr. Pepper.
I don't look at you guys when I'm talking to you, so
Right.
I've got my view screen back up now. So what were you drinking out of?
Whiskey and Coke without the whiskey.
So just a Coke?
Yeah. I just saw the sleeve as you were putting it down, and I was like, what the fuck? Look, I'm not judging you because Brad and Chris can't say anything either because we've all been drinking at 6 a.m. with each other.
Just laughing that that was even a possibility to you. And I was like, oh, yeah. No, that makes sense that he would assume
I
that.
could go for a mimosa right now.
Oh, that does sound kind of nice. A little
I
refreshing.
mean, this time last week, later on, last week, pretty much I woke up every morning with the Bloody Mary. Like, that was just a week. It was vacation, and that's just what
I
we
want
did.
to play Merriman now.
Would you the next time we do a Saturday morning 6 a.m. recording, should we bring our own mimosas? Would you like to have a little mimosa party together?
Huh.
Yeah,
You want me to go buy some
I mean,
champagne?
I'll bring a Bloody Mary. I don't drink mimosas.
Make a picture
It's too
of
much.
bottomless
Bloody Mary.
mimosas.
Could I do a Irish coffee
What
instead?
could go wrong?
I could go make tequila Bloody Marys right now.
Everyone can just have what they want, but I would just like to have a morning drink. I think that sounds nice.
Yeah,
It
no,
does.
it is.
I'm not going to make plans that day because I will be asleep the rest of the day.
Yeah.
That's good though. Get that early morning buzz and then go to bed at like 10 a.m.
Ooh, that does sound nice.
Well, and if you do that today, so no, the plan today is we finish here, go back to bed because that is honestly the best feeling. There's sometimes I just set an alarm just so I can wake up and go back to sleep because it just feels so good.
Man, I don't have that ability.
And then it's a day full of college football. All the college football championship games are today.
I don't watch football, but that sounds
When I'm
amazing.
up, I'm up. And so this morning it was like, and I've been waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, and so I'm lucky enough to have my father still, right? I'm watching him into his 70s, and he wakes up earlier and earlier every year, and he can't, and it's like starting to happen to me.
Oh no.
I see where it's headed, and he's up at like 3 a.m. every day, and he's just up. He's looking at Reddit. And
Is he?
Yeah,
he a
my dad
Redditor?
loves Reddit. He loves
awesome.
it. He doesn't have an account.
Okay.
He
Well,
just
that's smart.
looks at
That
the
you
front,
know
the
of.
generic front page. Yeah, right, that's true. Maybe my dad does have a Reddit account. He looks at Reddit.
I feel like maybe your dad is in that generation where he wouldn't have a separate account for his porn account. Like it would all be on his main, and he would just be dropping in and just being like, "No, I'm sure your dad does not."
Let's
does
look
not
at
do
this
anything
guy's
weird
history.
like
Oh
that
my
on Reddit.
God.
I have never considered the fact that my dad watches pornography on Reddit
Until right now.
until this moment.
I didn't even know there was pornography on Reddit. So
Dude, he's a mod on the Playboy subreddit.
Maybe he goes in the comments. He's like, "You should have flagged this not safe for work because I didn't know what this was."
He's a Reddit
I
comment.
wasn't sure where you were
Yeah,
going.
he's
with
just going
that.
through and be like, "That's not proper Reddit." Yeah, that's right.
did you say Reddit?
Yeah, you guys
Oh
have
my
to-
God.
that's a
Word.
Reddit.
It's a term. Oh my God. So last session was interesting. Can I share with you a little bit of my feelings?
Sure. What we're here for.
Yeah,
This is a safe space, Mike.
it's like
so-
a group support.
Yeah, I mean, we get together like an hour and a half weekly under the guise of playing a game, so we can emotionally support you. So yes, that's what we're here for, Mike. Please
emotionally support each other, or is it just
it's just you.
It's mostly you.
You're right. I speak wrong. Each other. Yes,
it's mostly you.
Don't want to give you a complex while we're at group.
That's right.
Yeah. So we have a lot of NPCs, right, that I'm responsible for thinking about, right, and playing. And for a long time, I have considered Valerie to be my proxy PC. I like her; she's my favorite, and she got kicked out of the group.
she kind of quit.
Yeah, she walked away.
Quit.
Yeah.
Now, was I a little into it? Yes. Was I in my feelings a little bit last time when I was playing as Valerie? Yes, I was. And then did I dive further into my feelings when Valerie got kicked out of the group? Yes, I did. I was sad, but I'm feeling better now because actually the truth is it's pretty reasonable. If there's a king and the general looks at the king dead in the eye and says you're unfit and then walks out of the room, that general loses his or her job.
I forgot that she said that exactly. Holy shit. Yeah.
She said, you're unfit. And she stood up and walked out. And then when it came out of my mouth, I was like, fuck, did I just say that? And then, and then you guys are like, well, I guess we need a new general. And I was like, what have I done? Fuck. Valerie, my favorite. But I also think that's probably what she would have said. I mean, she is straight and narrow, and
we talked about that. Yeah,
having discovered the truth of the chicanery going on, which by the way isn't Sirius' fault to begin with. The lying and the deception is certainly, you guys bear some responsibility for that. But
it's my thing.
But as far as the lycanthropy to begin with, that wasn't Sirius' fault.
Well, we talked a little bit about that too, that you played Valerie 100% correctly. I mean, I could see her doing that. Like, she's just so full up on her horse that she's like, no,
she does sit a little high on her horse.
Yeah.
Do I sit high on my horse sometimes?
Yes, you do.
Oh, my God, I do sit high on my horse sometimes.
And that's why you resonated with Valerie so well.
That's why Valerie's my favorite. Yes. We both sit high on our horses.
The best part about that whole part of the episode was when you were like, well, Valerie stands up to leave, and we all went, bye. Well, bye. And you were like, right. No, she's leaving. And we were like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, here's the doors. I think Mitch did a half-ass.
If she walks out, she's never coming back. Okay, right. See you.
So, we're going into this episode without a treasurer because Kritala is gone. And we're going into this episode without a general.
Kritala had a send-off, though.
Yeah, quite a good. Yeah, I liked your good send-off. That was
the best funeral ever.
That was pretty awesome.
I liked it. And, Donnie, did you feel honored?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Did you get a little closure?
I think that was a fantastic send-off for Kritala. Yeah, I think you'd appreciated that very much.
I mean, you are kind of an expert at these now.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
I'm hoping I've already got my next two characters figured out because I'm feeling a little self-destructive today. I've got to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see what happens to old Julius and Tompton today.
Like Julius and Tompton. I like that little guy, though. I do. I like him.
Yeah, he's got to stick around.
Fun.
And, of course, we ended with Mitchell having one of his dreamy dreams in which Kritala from beyond tells him to seek Briar. And, Brad, you and I talked. And while I thought it was pretty obvious that Briar was a sword, it sounded to me like you didn't understand that in the moment.
Well,
but
yeah,
get that Briar is a sword. Right?
Yes, yeah. I thought that he was like, trying to get me away from the Roka sword because it's an evil weapon, and by him saying it's a sword brother, like it was like still talking about the Roka sword, but no.
Oh, I see.
Now that it's a sword brother. It's a sword brother. So yeah, Briar, interesting. I will have to add that to our quest log.
Let's talk about the quest log. What open matters do you have right now? I'm not sure.
The king's lycanthropy.
Yes,
that's true.
Oh, that's
King's condition. I'll write that down. King's condition. You've got the troll reavers, right?
Yep. Fucking black tears.
You've got the gargantuan owlbear situation.
Oh shit.
There's owlbear. Oh yeah. It's our mascot.
Remember we fought a giant owlbear that had like a bite out of it that was bigger than the owlbear? Yeah.
What else do you have?
The fucking black tears.
Black tears.
The black tears.
Is that tears as in crying or tears as in levels?
They've got little black teardrops on their.
What? It's a valid question.
It is.
It still doesn't answer Bill's
It's
question.
an emo
though,
MySpace band.
because they could have tiers, but they could still have their name based off of the levels.
I believe the spelling is tiers, but what you don't know is that within the organization there are multiple tiers
There
of
are tiers.
membership too.
So is it
There's
black
black
There are
tiers
tiers
and
of black tiers. Yeah.
There's tiers of black tiers.
So is it's spelled
And are we sure it's not the black tears?
It's
We're sure it's tears.
well, that would be weird that they have tear tattoos, but they're black tears.
It could just be sad.
Yeah.
Or they killed somebody in prison.
There's a lot we don't know about the black tears. There's a lot we don't know about them.
I feel like there's more.
That's only 5 things. I feel like we have like 5 more things we can't think of right now.
Building
Well, you
a
got
kingdom.
the Mitchell's mother's death location,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We've got fucking Candlemere Island right next door.
Yeah, right. Candlemere.
The gold mine, I don't think we've done anything with. Maybe we can't do anything with that until we level up or whatever. But
Yeah,
got
you've got
Knox
to
and Kingdom,
claim
turns
that
out.
hex with the
Yeah.
gold mine in it.
well, at any time, Ogg's gnome friend that only he can see could show up and direct
Oh,
him
she's got
to
a
do
name, by
more
the way.
with.
She's never told you her name,
She hasn't. Yeah.
but her name is Sugarfoot.
Sugar. Nice.
Okay.
It's a great name, right? Sugarfoot.
Yeah,
name.
but thirst could be needed for some other quest too, so that could
That's
always
true.
pop up.
That's true. You got thirst. Yeah, so there's a lot going on. So let's review where we're at and where we've been. So I was relatively convinced by your deception checks and your story about the king's whereabouts during the werewolf attack. As you recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said that the werewolf was brought in by the Black Tears and was not your werewolf. And that Sirio left the settlement to go after Black Tears, or after the chasing after the werewolf, right? Sirio left the settlement to chase the werewolf, Dry Colmay in tow. The werewolf has been killed, and now Dry is bringing Sirio back.
The werewolf was not killed because we didn't have a body.
The werewolf was not killed.
He's on the loose.
That's a good point. Yep. So the werewolf got away, Sirio got hurt, and Dry Colmay brought him back to town that next morning. And I mean, you guys rolled some pretty decent deception checks, so I kind of feel like it's a decent story. Do you guys think the story's decent, or do you think there are flaws?
I think it's a good solid.
I think it's as good as it was before.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I think it's
you
still
think it was good, Ned?
it's who knows how good it is until like somebody calls us out on it and we've got to
till people apply pressure.
right.
Well, I haven't. It'll work for
now.
anything.
Who's that one? Who's that one dude that Brad knocked out with one tooth missing?
Oh, Grigori. That's the other thing you've got going on.
Greg.
Yeah, you've got
That is, I guess, that should be on the quest log. Is
you've
dealing
got
with him.
Grigori situation as well.
Greg
So-
and who's the girl he wants to make in charge? One of our NPCs.
He seems to be thinking that Octavia the Wizard should be elected into some sort of representative role, if not the leader of the settlement. Now, Octavia herself seems uncomfortable with this and
Can she
doesn't
invest
want
in a
the
role?
attention. She can invest, I believe, as Magister if you were to recruit her, but I'm not sure you know her well enough to do that. Your current Magister is Harim.
Okay. Oh, no, we're not replacing him. I love
Like,
her.
can we do like a job shadow day for her? Like, just bring her, include her, like,
If
a PR attempt.
If you want to begin, getting to know and investing in Octavia, we can make that happen. And to recall for you guys and for our listeners, Octavia and Ragongar were rescued 42 episodes ago from the Technic League slavers
Yeah.
out in the Gnarl.
That's another
Marshes.
thing we got to deal with is a fucking Technic League.
Yeah, that's true. Although those guys are dead, and so you haven't seen any.
Is that we
sign
killed
of
we
the
killed
Technic
all
League.
of them?
And they're
Well, you
far
killed
away. That was just like a expedition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was like a
You're not sure that you've got ongoing issues with the Technic League. They're from,
Well, I mean, they're slavers, right?
they're from Numeria. And if
an
you look
ongoing
at our
issue.
hex map, Numeria is in the far upper left-hand corner of the grid. So it's a long way away from you guys. And Numeria is huge. The Technic League slavers are from far away. So, Valerie has left. She's walked out. You're not sure if she's leaving the settlement or what she's doing, what her deal is. But it is the next morning.
Did she leave? I thought she just kind of like powdered off to her room.
Well, yeah, you're not sure.
Okay.
I mean, she's left. Well, so she left. You guys passed the day, went to bed that night. Mitchell had dreamt of Briar. It's a sword brother. You get up the next morning. You guys collect in the makeshift throne room, and you've assembled your collection of advisors. Sirio is the leader. The general slot is open. Mitchell, the viceroy. Lindsay, the counselor. Amiri, the warden. Harim, the magister. Your accountant slot is open. And did I get everybody? Oh, and Dry is your emissary. I think I got everybody.
Yeah.
So you've assembled court. I think it's time, perhaps, to conduct the kingdom's business. Are we doing a kingdom turn? Is that what you guys want to do? Or what
Sure.
are we doing?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's a new year. Let's do a kingdom turn.
Okay, so to review, we have the upkeep phase, the commerce phase, the activity phase, everyone's favorite, and then I think we can decide then if we're going to do like was it regional phase, or you claim hexes and do all this stuff. But the first thing that we do during the upkeep phase is to assign leadership roles, if any are open. This is a upkeep activity. It's called New Leadership. You announce the promotion of a character into a leadership role, whether they're a newly appointed leader or just shifting from one leadership role to another. You normally perform this activity at the start of a kingdom turn, but if unexpected events such as the death of a character remove a leader from a leadership role, you may immediately use the new leadership activity to attempt to assign a new leader to that role, even outside of a kingdom turn. I'm not sure you could have done that from Candlemere, though. It seems like this is your first opportunity to try to do that. In any event, you attempt a basic intrigue, politics, statecraft, or warfare skill check. While any of these skills can be used, each skill is particularly suited to assigning two specific leadership roles. So you've got an open general slot, and you've got an open treasurer slot. And of course, I believe your plan is to move Dry Colmay from emissary to general, which will result in an open emissary slot. So it seems to me we need to do 3 new leadership assignments. Mm-hmm. Now, your plan is to move Dry to general, promote Jathel to emissary, and then are you going with Jubilos Narthropple for treasurer?
Well, I mean, that also leaves...
I guess you guys should discuss.
That leaves Og out of a role, I guess, doesn't it? I mean, that kind of...
Yeah, but Donnie, are what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, I think that fits. Like, I don't know. You don't really know. I mean, you've hung out with Og a little bit, but I don't think you would be ready to...
So maybe the next kingdom turn, like give you like 6-9 months, and then
exactly.
Job shadow somebody for a little bit.
What would Og like to do?
What's Og's deal?
What's he going to be interested in?
Is he interested in assisting ruling at all?
That's probably not first on his list, honestly. The thing with thirst, right, is the all-consuming thing. He doesn't know what to do with that yet, but there's nothing to do. But I think he would. His thought is he could leave tomorrow, right? If he was told this is what he's supposed to do, he wouldn't want to, but he would feel compelled for reasons. I don't think he would want to be in leadership right now. Anyway.
I feel like he's around, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's definitely around.
Because the thing about, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it was kind of the reason why Kritala made fast friends with you guys, too. Og, Julianus, and Tompton is competent, and more so than your other fighters, as symbolized by the fact that he's 5th level as opposed to 4th, right? I mean, he's incredible, so he's good to have around, but so I almost picture he's just kind of there, right? Like he's just sort of... Like everyone assembles in the leadership hall, and there's Og, and he's there, and everyone's like, "Well, Og's here."
Yeah, he is looking for any chance. Like he's fascinated. This is not something he's seen before, so he's there, and he's like you. I don't do it because it would be annoying as shit. But you could just assume in the background, Og is always there, pulling on somebody's sleeve, being like, "What's that? Why are you doing that? But why? Where are you going?" Like. Like he is constantly around doing that type of stuff. So yeah, he'll be in the room.
Is he? Maybe he's like the unpaid intern.
Maybe, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll be very excited. Like if you're like, Og, we really need you to help with this. Can you go find? Yeah, absolutely. Like you need a research person. He's whatever you need.
Well, all right.
I'll take a caramel mocha latte, please.
Yeah. Hey, coffee boy.
Oh, coffee boy. Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Well,
that's how it goes.
Yes.
As he stabs me with his knife.
But who? So who in place of Og are you going to put on the council?
Yeah. Who's going to treasurer then?
I think. Yeah, we talked about Narthropple.
Yeah.
Jubilost.
It's Chris's decision. He's the king.
Mm.
Yeah. And currently he's running Dundee's Sundries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and he invests at least for a couple of kingdom turns until we figure out what most interests Og.
So you send for Jubilost.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah. We summon.
We send Og for Jubilost.
No, don't do that.
Hey, is Neela Tran still around, by the way?
Oh yeah,
Neela is around. Yeah.
There will always be a trend.
My first active general is going to make her in charge of recruiting a new army because we don't have one.
Huh,
we need to get one going.
So you pull Neela into the. Okay, sure, but let's get these roles assigned. So you send for Jubilost, and you wait 45 minutes, and he comes in. He's got an apron on, and he's like dusting flour off of it. And he's dusting his hands off, and he's like, "I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We're making fresh pasta over at Sundry. I couldn't leave it, folks. What may I do for you?"
Well, we know pasta's important, so thanks for making the time to see, the council.
Pasta is important, but
we're kind of in a crisis here. So last night we had a send off for Kritala the treasurer. You may have seen him knocking on doors, putting coins in a bag.
Yes, he taxed us. I can't say I agree with some of his methods, but his math checked out.
I mean, that's kind of good that you're keeping tabs on that. And we've identified that since the Sundry's going pretty well, especially Dundee Sundry's Knights, if you'd be interested in heading up as treasurer here.
Would I need to relinquish my interest in the business?
No, but we would need to make a kingdom skill check.
Wait, you're okay with the obvious conflict of interest in me taxing myself?
Wait, sorry, what are you saying?
I have a business interest in the largest business in your community, and now you wish to put me in charge of taxing my own business?
Totally.
Surely I would need to relinquish my interest in my business in order to work for you.
Why would you need to do that?
Because of the obvious conflict of interest. I cannot be in charge of my own taxation.
Are you saying that the king's not fit?
The king's not fit to make this decision?
That does not matter.
Look, Narthropple, we've thought about this. You're the best person for this job.
And Og perks up at this. And he looks over at the gnome. He's like, "Are you Jubilost Northropple?
Yes.
The author?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I've been reading a lot. I had a lot of time on my hands, and I read your books, and the first one was really good. It was really well written, but
wait,
what did you lose your?
You've read Butterflies of the Stolen Lands?
Yeah, I did. And it was, like I said, it was good. Like I have notes, but books 2, like the later books, like I have pages of notes of just things that you have wrong. And it's very embarrassing. And
oh no,
I wanted to like give you the chance to like it.
He holds his hand up. He goes, "King Surtova, who the fuck is this?"
It's Og Julianus and Tompton. It's kind of a mouthful. I think I said that right, but I'm sure he'll correct me and you if you get it wrong.
He looks over at Og, and he says, "Og Julianus and Tompton, obviously you've thought a lot about me."
Well, sir, I don't throw around the term fraudulent lightly, but I feel like maybe you just lost your passion and you were just writing the book for the paycheck. but it's not well researched. It's not well cited. It's not well documented. I just really think you need to maybe just another book to just apologize for the drivel that you've put out since your initial work.
So the grin on Mitch's face right now is like unbelievably beaming. This is.
But anyway, it's really nice to meet you.
Seriously,
good luck with your accounting job.
He is rageful at this, but chokes it down. He turns his attention back to the king. He says, "My apologies for not coming right away. I had no idea that this was the reason for your call. I would be happy to assist as I can. Thank you. And where are the books? Where did Kritala have the books? I need them now."
Yeah, because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Probably. They're probably in his room.
Well, I feel like Kritala would carry these around. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Donnie. Or is this something that he keeps on?
This is the magic of we show them Kritala's equipment and stuff, and the books are
right.
I don't know where they are.
They're in his official office.
So just for clarification,
there's a ledger, maybe.
You've collected his personal effects somewhere. I'll just go and look there.
So Donnie, you always kind of push Kritala as like this, like just really wanted receipts all the time. Like, is it actually organized, or is it just like this fucking paper bag full of?
Oh no, it is like shoe boxes. Yeah.
Shit.
And as Jubilos is walking out, Og is looking through notes and just like out loud chuckling to himself. He's like, no, nobody believes this about ice giants. What was this guy thinking? And just going through and just under his breath, like talking about all the inaccuracies and mistakes he found.
That is awesome.
Fucking Will Hunting over here. How do you like them apples?
How do you like them apples?
All right. So Narthropple, I guess we need an intrigue check.
Yeah, we'll get a bonus since we're assigning treasure here, so we're going to add 10 to this roll.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, rolled a 5, 15.
I believe that is your DC at level 1, is 15.
Kingdom DC is either 14 or 15.
Yeah. So you get the success condition for new leadership on this. The people accept the new leader. The leader immediately provides the benefits tied to occupying the new role. And Jubilost gets to work, perplexed yet pleased that you did not require him to relinquish, even temporarily, his business interest in Dundee Sundry's Knights.
Yeah, and after Sirius thought about it a little bit, he's curious if Jubilost is worried about corruption in the kingdom or himself being a corrupted individual.
He's worried about the appearance of impropriety. He'll do the job with integrity, but he is uncomfortable with the fact that he owns one of the, if not your largest business. And in fact, I will tell you this, he will relinquish business interest in it anyway temporarily to one of his gnomes. And will, if he ceases being your treasurer, he will then reacquire or purchase back his business interest.
Yeah, I tell him that after more thought, that makes some sense. We are a small kingdom, so kind of people have to double up on rolls. Maybe if we level up, that could be a permanent thing.
Sure.
So there's an interesting dynamic that happens when you play Kingmaker and your GM has a special take on civics, government civics. It takes on maybe a little bit different flavor than what maybe a normal Kingmaker campaign. Not that I don't think there's probably no normal Kingmaker campaigns, but I bet ours is going to dive a little bit more into intricacies of like government ethics and things like that.
Government what?
Yeah, exactly.
That word. All right. Okay.
So we passed. So now we're swapping up dry. Bill, you want to make our warfare is not that good, so I guess either politics or statecraft?
Well, yeah, so with warfare, you get a +2 circumstance bonus to checks to assign a general, if you see that in the new leadership activity. But if that's still not your best skill, even with that bonus, you can roll something else.
Yeah, I guess either statecraft or intrigue.
15 on the die.
You've got it.
23.
A success as well for Dry Colmay. People accept the new leader. The leader immediately provides the benefits tied to occupying the new role. Drycolme ascends to general. Does he get a medal? Does he get regalia? What's the deal? What does he get?
It's Commander of the North, by the way. It's not general.
I imagine when Valerie walked out, she had some kind of medallion or something. Maybe not Hand of the King style from Game of Thrones, but something. Yeah,
something
that says "I'm the general."
Yeah,
look at me.
If you've ever seen pictures of military in military-controlled countries where they just have
they are all fancy,
lots and lots of medals. I feel like that
we're
is
we're like a Soviet general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dry is not going to dress like that, just so you know.
You would need an athletics check to wear it.
Well, I think there is a sash.
He's just going to, I was just going to say, he's just going to wear a certain color, whatever our colors are, he's just going to wear that in an armband.
Yeah, what are chartreuse and maroon or something?
Something like that. And by the way, you guys were the Shrikehaven owlbears, but owlbears are gone in the remaster now. Do you guys know that?
What? Damn it.
Yeah, it's one of the properties that Paizo decided they couldn't keep.
Now we can.
We're not counting that shit. So
we can make Hoot the mascot now.
Do we take the giant owlbear off of our quest log, or does it turn into something else?
He doesn't.
Nah, they'll be eagle tigers.
Giant something else, I guess.
Think of all we had an owlbear statue in front of the school. They're going to want to take
we had
that down.
A lot of owlbears.
On top of that.
Hey, owlbears are our heritage. I mean,
you can't erase history.
Okay.
Finally, now a new leadership role to assign Jaethel to emissary. God help us all.
Dude, she's going to be amazing. Her first order of business, I'm going to tell her, is to hunt down the black tiers and just figure out what kind of tiers there are in the black tiers.
Sure, yeah, you got to see.
So we can attack the leadership.
Color of tiers, how many tiers of black tiers are there, and what are the color of the tears they cry out of their eyes. We need an intrigue check, and you get a +2 circumstance bonus to this because that's the skill best used to assign emissaries. Can you go 3 for 3?
Who's rolling it? I've rolled. Chris has rolled. Somebody else. Brad, you're it.
Jaethel is your character, Bill. Come on, let's be honest here.
Yeah. I want to see you fail this.
Damn it! I rolled a 10.
10.
That's fine. You're gonna
we had 10, so that's 20.
Oh, okay.
I think this fits. The people are unsure about the new leader. The leader takes a -1 circumstance penalty to all checks they attempt. Well, I feel like a lot of people would be like, Jaethel? So I think that fits.
Well, I think he got a 20 total. So
I thought you got a total. Oh, I'm sorry. You hit.
No, I rolled a 10.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's good.
Although your theory, your thinking there was right on.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so here's the new team. So Sirio, the ruler, Lindsay, the counselor, Drycolme is the general, Harim is the magister, Mitchell is the viceroy, Jubilos Narthropple is the treasurer, Amiri's the warden, and Jaethel's the emissary. And that's the team. All right.
I believe that's disgraced author.
Disgraced author, Jubilos Narthropple.
All right, so what's next in this kingdom turn?
Oh my god, okay. So that is step 1 of the upkeep phase. No vacancy penalties. You guys have gotten it all done. It's time to adjust unrest. We increase it by 1 automatically, and we increase it by 1 as well because of the black tier fight. And that's something that I have the discretion to do. So you begin at 2 unrest for this kingdom turn. We're on to resource collection now. We have to determine the number of resource dice. It's your kingdom level +4. So we need 5d4 rolled right now. Who's going to do it?
We can each roll 1.
We each do 1, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. This is how we've always done it. I'm going to roll 1, too.
Are we all rolling? Because Odd can roll too.
Yeah, everyone rolls for a d4.
I got a 3.
I got a 3
Brad.
also.
Oh, Bill got a 3. Brad?
1.
1. Okay.
4.
Right.
Donnie?
4.
And Chris?
2.
13 total. 13 resources you guys have this time. Okay. We got to pay consumption. Your settlements and armies require a certain amount of provision, supplies, and funding. On your first kingdom turn, your consumption is 0. That's fine. On all other turns, calculate your kingdom's consumption score. This is the total of your settlement's consumption scores, which is 1, and you don't have any armies, minus the number of farmland hexes you have within the influence range of your settlements. You have 1 farm. You have 1 So you're good. You don't have to pay any consumption because you have a farmland that offsets the consumption of your settlement. So that's good. You've got a well-run settlement. It's time for the e-commerce phase. It's time to collect taxes. Step 1. Once per kingdom turn, you can attempt to bolster your economy-based checks for the remainder of the kingdom turn. If you don't attempt to collect taxes, you can instead attempt a DC 11 flat check. On a success, reduce unrest by 1. So you guys have unrest. Do you want Narthropple to make the DC 11 flat check to try to reduce your unrest by 1, or do you want to attempt to collect taxes to lower or to raise your economy checks for the balance of the turn?
Oh, I think we need to deal with the unrest personally, but
yeah, I think the unrest, and it's been a while since I've read it, but if you do successive collecting taxes, there's like a penalty, right?
Yeah, there is a penalty now,
and I think we did collect taxes last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Then I will make the DC 11 flat check unless one of you gentlemen wants to do it.
Have at it.
14 on the die.
There we go.
Unrest goes from 2 to 1. Congratulations. Step 2, approve expenses. You can draw upon the kingdom's funds to enhance the standard of living for its citizens by attempting the improve lifestyle activity. Or you can attempt to withdraw from the kingdom's funds using the tap treasury. Improved lifestyle is a politics check. You attempt a basic check to draw upon your kingdom's treasury to enhance the quality of life from your citizens. This activity can be taken only during the commerce phase. There is a bit of a risk here, but if you want to give it a try, you can do it. We just need a politics check.
Mitch will take the risk.
Okay.
Oh, it's a plus.
All right there, Brad. Make a check and add the kingdom's politics modifier.
13 total.
Total.
Mm-hmm.
Failure. As a let's see. You push to improve lifestyles. It helps your citizens enjoy life. For the remainder of the kingdom turn, you get a +1 circumstance bonus to culture-based checks. So you give yourself a +1 to culture. But you've also strained your treasury, and you take a -1 circumstance penalty to economy-based checks for the remainder of the kingdom turn. So it's a wash. +1 to culture, -1 to economy. Okay, and let's see here. Okay, you don't have any stockpiles of commodities, so we cannot tap commodities. You do have trade agreements. You've got trade agreements with Restov and with the Snickerdoodle kobolds. So let's manage your trade agreements. Okay.
Yeah, I think we did that last time, and because I have written here 3d4 plus 2, so we rolled our 5d4, so we should have 3d4 plus 2 more.
That's true, because I remember. That's right. Okay, So you want to? That's right. That's right. You managed your trade agreements last time, so we need that. So you got 13 resources total, but you get more because you managed your trade agreements last time. So you want to roll those extra dice then?
Yeah, let's do that real quick. 9 more.
Oh my god.
Nice.
21 resource points.
And
so maybe we're going to forego managing the trade agreements this time since the
pass this
DC's
turn.
high. Okay, good catch, man. Okay, it's time for the activity phase. Woo!
Whoa.
Okay, so it's time for leadership activities. Each of you guys gets 3, but look, you don't have to do all 3 if you don't want to do it.
Just like camping, where you rest, I think we need to collect ourselves and focus attention for an important activity.
So I think what we want to do is we kind of want to focus attention on sending a diplomatic envoy. Is that?
Yep.
What my understanding is?
So we just need a DC 20 statecraft check to see if we can aid Sirio statecraft check in to establish diplomatic relations with the lizard folk.
Yeah, I'll roll for that. That's on the floor.
A little aggressive.
That's an 18 on the die.
Ooh, you've got it, Chris.
All right, we're gonna send envoys to the lizard folk people. I know they don't have a leader right now, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, who do we install?
No, the lizard folk, they still have King Vesket.
Oh, King Vesket's still there for some reason. Yeah, we
For
didn't. Okay, yeah, for now.
For now.
Uh-oh, I rolled a 2, so 12 on the statecraft.
Ooh, let's see. We have to classify that as a failure. Now, I guess that's a 14, really, with the +2 bonus, right?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so failure. Your envoys are received, but the target organization isn't ready to engage in diplomatic relations.
It's them, not
If you
us.
attempt to send a diplomatic envoy to the group next kingdom turn, you get a +2 circumstance bonus to that check. Okay, so not a disaster.
But make a note of that.
It's a wash this turn.
So the lizard folk reject you, which is ironic because you went to Candlemere Island at Veskit's request.
Yeah. So I kind of feel like he didn't reject, but like if you remember, he was super politician-y, right? He didn't commit one way or the other. So I feel like maybe that's the envoys. Like, yeah, we were there, they were polite, but like I don't know, we just didn't get anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And we were eyeballing each other before we went off to Candlemere Island, so...
You were eyeballing each other. Yeah, that's true. My understanding is we're going to use Jathel's Decadent Feasts leadership activity next to try to reduce that last point of unrest. Is that true?
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a funeral feast send-off for Kurtala as part of that, or if this is just welcoming in our new leadership. Yeah. And the return of the heroes from their month-long ordeal.
True. Well, here's what the Decadent Feasts activity says. Urgathoa is more than just the goddess of undeath. She's also the goddess of gluttony. And Jathel is no fool. She understands the fear her goddess inspires in the living and knows that focusing on other aspects of her worship is more likely to result in positive growth for the nation. In order to distract the populace, Jathel arranges for decadent feasts for the people, simultaneously feeding the hungry while camouflaging some of her faith's more sinister aspects. Spend 1d8 food commodities and 1 luxury commodity. Then attempt a basic ag or trade check. So actually we need to get food and luxury commodities, I think, before you can do decadent feasts, it looks like. Because you don't have any luxury or food. Because you spent your food on upkeep.
We've got 2 food and 2 luxury.
Oh, you have them. Well, never mind. So I guess, but the problem is you got to spend 1d8 food commodities. I think if
we're not doing that.
Okay, all right.
We can't hold 8. Our max is 4.
So evangelize the end then? Harems instead? Yeah, because harems doesn't require anything. Do you want to look at that one instead?
Yeah, I guess we'll restart all that shit.
Sure. Harem spends time preaching the end times. While his sermons certainly aren't for everyone, his methods avoid deliberately antagonizing those who see hope in the world while simultaneously providing ease and calm to the more desperate among the kingdom's citizens. Attempt a basic folklore check to determine how effective his sermons are. On a success, he'll reduce unrest by 1d3, and on a failure, he'll still reduce unrest by 1. There is a crit fail risk here, which would be hilarious. Would somebody make a folklore check, please?
I'll do it. Oh, I think Bill's got it.
That's a 1.
Oh, no.
Oh, crit failure. Harim's prayers have unsettled some of your citizens. Increase unrest by 1d4. I will roll that. That's 2. So your unrest jumps to 3. And decay goes up by 1 as well.
Oh my.
No, that's not good. Harim's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just told them that life is meaningless and we shouldn't even really be here. All life is just a cosmic joke against everybody. Let's see. So unrest goes up. I'm sorry, not unrest. Decay goes up by 1.
So depending on how much, corruption, crime, decay, strife, once you hit a certain threshold, your ruin in that thing goes up.
I see. Okay. Well, that's a bummer. What's next for you guys?
Well, if our unrest has gone up, we can probably do some more things to bring that down, right?
Process hidden fees.
Sure.
Who's rolling? I'm not rolling that.
I'll roll it. Jubilost aids. You can process additional taxes, fees, and payments. Attempt a basic trade check to determine what sort of additional resources you gather. I rolled a natural 20, though.
Whoa.
Wow. Jubilost is going to help you all gain 2 bonus resource die at the start of your next kingdom turn.
Okay. Note that in the box there, Chris. Nice job. Fellas, you have 3 unrest. There is a quell unrest general activity you can do. It's called you send You send your agents among the citizenry with the charge of suppressing dissent and calming unrest. You can attempt basic arts, folklore, intrigue, magic, politics, or warfare checks to quell unrest, but you can never use the same skill for this activity in consecutive kingdom turns. This activity cannot be attempted more than once per kingdom turn. So I guess pick what you're strongest in, and let's get a general, let's get a basic check in that.
Probably intrigue.
We'll use intrigue.
Intrigue, absolutely.
Ooh, 19 on the die, and we add 8.
Yeah.
27.
Rocks.
Ooh, critical success, reduce
Fuck
unrest
yes.
by 1d6. Chris,
Get it
be
all.
my guest.
Get it all.
All right. I rolled a 2.
Okay, unrest back to 1.
I'll take 1.
Yeah, that's better than 3.
Okay, and you can only do this once per turn, so it looks like you might be stuck with 1 unrest moving into the next.
That's okay. That's not terrible.
Between next kingdom turn, yeah.
So I guess what's next? Buy some commodities?
Let's do it. This would be a trade check. Purchase commodities. You can spend resource points to purchase commodities, but doing so is more expensive than gathering them or relying upon trade agreements. When you purchase commodities, select the commodity you wish to purchase: food, lumber, luxuries, or stone. Spend 8 resource points if you're purchasing luxuries, or 4 if you're purchasing any other commodity. Then attempt a basic trade check. So what do you guys want to buy?
I think we need to stock up some lumber.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so your commodities, so your resource points drop from 21 to 17, and let's get the trade check.
Here's the old trade check from Mitch. It's a 19 on the die.
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you add to that?
That's for trade, right?
We'll add
Eight.
7 since we took economy penalty.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So that's still a critical success.
Heck yeah.
You immediately gain 4 commodities of the chosen type and 2 commodities of any other type except for luxuries.
Wow.
Nice job. So what's going to be your bonus commodity type?
What do you think, food?
I mean, food's the only thing that we can use, but it's good to just stockpile shit. Probably
Yeah.
or stone,
Yeah.
because I like the stone idea.
Yeah, let's do it. Wood
Yeah.
and stone then.
Yeah.
So you're going to take 4 lumber and 2 stone.
Heck yeah.
Fantastic.
God, congratulations. Rolling up our sleeves, running a kingdom. I've never been so excited for us before in my life. I know I say that every time, but every kingdom turn is more entertaining than the last.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one didn't really work out that well for us, so.